Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's good to be with you this Shabbat. Each of these Shabbats, I feel like I need Shabbat even more, just over these past several weeks. But it's good to be here with you all and with our wonderful Ruach band. Rabbi is down south in LA with his family celebrating one of his grandson's birthdays this weekend. So a little bit of happiness and joy for Rabbi this weekend, much needed. To bring in Shabbat this evening, it's my pleasure to invite up Nancy Weintraub to light our candles tonight. Our Shabbat in Nature leader, docent extraordinaire, who will be leading us on a hike tomorrow morning. I hope you'll join us if you don't have any plans yet. Nancy, if you want to switch on the microphone.
I got it.
In every beginning there is darkness. The darkness of chaos seems eternal, yet form emerges. Light dawns, and life is born. In the beginning, the Most High made heaven and earth. In every beginning there is darkness, the darkness of ignorance which smothers human dignity, the darkness of fear which chokes the creative will, the darkness of tyranny which stifles freedom. The Most High said, "Let there be light." The Sabbath candles celebrate the divine power that makes for life and light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed is the eternal power that inspires our people to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Blessed is the source of life and light. May we be blessed with the light of dignity, creation, and freedom. May we be blessed with a life of joy, love, and peace.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Now that we've welcomed Shabbat, take a moment to find somebody nearby, across from you, and wish them a Shabbat Shalom as well. We'll continue with some of our Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, a little bit more on the Psalms later on. But this evening, we've decided to feature as many Israeli songwriters, as many melodies that are used in Israeli progressive communities as we could. So it's maybe about 80% of our settings of our prayers this evening. And the others are most certainly, I think, influenced by that style as well.
Stop
Ana bechoach, we beg you, with the strength and greatness of your right arm, untangle our knotted fate. Accept your people's song, elevate and purify us, O awesome one. Accept our prayer, hear our cries, knower of mysteries. Ana bechoach, kedulat yeminecha, tatir tzerura, kaverinat, amecha sagvenu, tareinu nora. Ana bechoach gedulat yeminecha, tatir tzerura, kaverinat amecha sagvenu, tareinu nora. Shabbatenu kabel u'shmat tzakotenu yodea talumot. Ana bechoach. Ana bechoach, gedulat yeminecha, tatir tzerura, kaverinat, amecha sagvenu, tareinu nora. Ana bechoach gedulat yeminecha, tatir tzerura, kaverinat amecha sagvenu, tareinu nora. Shabbatenu kabel u'shmat tzakotenu yodea talumot. פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד איש Emanu-El המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם התפארת ולתהילה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת בואי ושלום עטרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה לחדותי לקראת פני שבת נקבלה מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני וזמר לשמך היום וזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ברעננים יהיו, להגיד כי אשר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת בו. Please rise for Baruch Hu. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. Please be seated.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נגיע יומם ולילה באהבתך תשיג ממנו לעולמים. יאי היי 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 ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai, that wherever we are, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Ve'amidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Ve'amidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Leshalom,
Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Ushmor Tzidkenu Lechaim Shalom Me'ata ve'ad olam.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into the shelter in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us a shelter of peace over all we love, over Jerusalem and all the world. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol ha'olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. In just a few moments, we'll have an opportunity for a silent Amidah. But before that, I'd like to offer some words of Torah just to provide us a little bit of grounding, maybe something to think about. This week's Parsha, Chaye Sarah, or the life of Sarah, ironically opens with her death. This detail in the story of our matriarch comes directly on the heels of the end of last week's portion, Vayera, which concludes with the story of the Akedah, or the binding of Isaac, in which Sarah plays no role, nor is even mentioned in the narrative. As the rabbis were wont to do, they composed a midrash, or extra-biblical story, to attempt to bridge this gap in the Torah text, beginning with the perspective of Isaac, who in the Torah text is seemingly a willing participant in his sacrifice. The midrash imagines Isaac speaking out in this moment as Abraham raises the knife to slay him. "Father, do not tell my mother of my death, when she is standing by a pit, or when she is standing on the roof, lest she cast herself down and die." That moment, a heavenly voice went forth and said to Abraham, "Do not raise your hand against the boy." While all of this was transpiring, Satan, or an evil force, visited Sarah in the guise of Isaac. When she saw him, she asked, "What did your father do to you, my son?" He replied, "My father led me over the mountains and through the valleys until we finally reached the top of a certain mountain. There he erected an altar, arranged the firewood, bound me upon the altar, and took a knife to slaughter me. If the Holy One, blessed be he, had not called out, 'Lay not thy hand upon the lad,' I would have been slaughtered." He had hardly completed relating what had transpired when Sarah fainted and died. In this midrash, the rabbis surmise that Sarah's untimely death occurred because even the thought of Isaac's potential sacrifice was all too much for her to bear. I imagine Sarah as Isaac must have, waiting alone for her husband and son to return from their journey, none the wiser as to what was transpiring, and suddenly confronted with the shocking reality. While I was reviewing this parsha and reminded of this midrash, I couldn't help but think of all those mothers in Israel and Gaza who, like Sarah, are stricken with grief over the sudden loss of a child. I cannot even begin to fathom their pain or imagine what they must have to do to keep going in the face of immeasurable tragedy. I think we have all been bearing just a tiny fraction of this pain these past few weeks. As being a part of Am Yisrael, all those who have been brutally murdered or taken hostage in Israel feel like our family too. We are mourning together as a people and holding those who are truly grieving in our hearts. This week we marked the Shloshim, or the 30 days, since the atrocities and the great loss of life on October 7th. This 30-day period is a traditional marker of time following a death. The Jewish rituals of mourning offer us a structure in which we can attempt to process our grief, marking different moments in time along the journey. It acknowledges the twists and turns of this non-linear path toward healing, while knowing that with what we've lost, we'll never truly be whole. Our tradition also gives us a liturgy to turn to in these times of grief or uncertainty, the Psalms. Psalms 16, 23, and 121 are frequently recited during funerals and periods of mourning. The Psalms are also there for us to turn to in times of fear. In fact, if you've ever been on a flight to Israel, you may have noticed some of the more observant passengers, usually women, reading from a small book like this one to calm their nerves while flying. Many of the Psalms reflect an author in a state of distress, but whose faith in God is steadfast, a source of comfort. The Psalms offer praises to God, which is why the first part of the Friday night service, Kabbalat Shabbat, consists of a series of Psalms to open the service and to bring in the joy of Shabbat. These past several Shabbatot, these Psalms, for me, have also been a sense of comfort, knowing that the joy of welcoming Shabbat and being in community offers a brief respite from the pain we have been feeling during the rest of the week, through the continued shock and grief of the events 1 month ago, to the constant onslaught of horrible news, of loud, hateful voices, and vitriolic statements and lies that aim to pit us against one another and stir up animosity. Much of what is being flung around social media right now is incredibly hard to process and bear on top of the grief we already feel. But of course, there is a psalm that speaks to this, and that has been offering me comfort during a time of increased hatred being expressed and enacted toward our people. Though I doubt the psalmist had any inkling that it would one day pertain to the discourse taking place on 21st century technology. Psalm 120, Shir HaMa'alot, a song of ascents. In my distress I called to Adonai, and Adonai answered me. O God, save me from treacherous lips, from a deceitful tongue. What can you profit? What can you gain, O deceitful tongue? A warrior's sharp arrows with hot coals of broomwood. Woe is me that I live with Meshech, that I dwell among the clans of Kedar. Too long have I dwelt with those who hate peace. Ani shalom, I am peace. But when I speak, they are for war. This psalm grounds me in the idea that no matter how isolating it feels to be Jewish right now, in our grief and our fear that others try to deny, it's nothing we have not dealt with before. Its text is one I can turn to when I feel the hate in the world right now, and as a reminder that what I can do to combat it is to strive for peace. To be peace. I wonder if, in the Midrash, if Sarah, feeling alone in her worry and grief, had had something or someone to turn to for strength and comfort in that moment, if she might have pulled through. For many of us, this has felt like an incredibly lonely time to be a Jew in the world, which is why it has been so important to call on each other, our community, and our traditions to help keep us going. It's what we've always done throughout our history. It's why we're still here. This Shabbat, may we find comfort in one another, in our Judaism, in our faith in God, whatever that may look like for each of us, that it might give us the strength to keep living proudly and Jewishly in a world so often ruled by hate and in a world so often ruled by hate, to embody peace. It is with this sense of peace that we turn to the Amidah, which we'll do individually tonight. Once we sing the Kavanah, Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, Adonai, open my lips, I'll invite you to access a source of comfort for you. Whether it's the usual prayers we chant in this section or the text of a psalm. Many of us know the translation of Psalm 23 by heart. Perhaps visualizing yourself in a physical place that brings you comfort. I'll also invite you, if you have not yet had the chance this evening, to come up and light a candle. We'll rise and sing together, and then I'll invite you to be seated again once you feel ready, and we'll come back together with a line of Psalm 16. I invite you to please rise. This is a new melody for this text, but I hope you'll join with me. We turn our thoughts now to those in our lives who are in need of healing of mind, body, or spirit. This Shabbat, we're thinking of Seth Ammerman, Janet Argovich, Sally Armendries, Hannah Bat Miriam, Bobby Barco, Sharon Borowski, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Ira Berkowitz, Mort Berlant, Dr. Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, Pauline Bronstein, Carol Brindell, Rich Burns, Ina Bruns, Melissa Champer, Chu Chi, Talia Surowski, Bonnie Coleman, Deanna Courtwright, Rita Dempsey, David and Midori Dierig, Ellen Dover, Toby Ellman, Henry Hansen, Bunny Fisher, Jenna Fishoff-Hyman, Carolyn Franklin, Holly Fugit, Marilyn Fuller, Roberta Gabriel, Marcia Gieser, Ellie Gersley, Charlene Griffin, Jack Half, Olivia Hand, Avram Harris, Linda Harris, Sharon Jackson, Jennifer Johnson, Mimi Jones, Sylvia Karp, Evelyn Katz McCosker, Carol Lesage, Carol Lerner, Jackie Levinson, Daniel Long, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Maureen McIntyre, Stephen Malseri, Rich McCarthy, Scott McCaslin, Nick Murphy, Barbara Wanamaker Neiman, Glenn Overstreet, Melanie Pearson, Barry Pinsley, Alice Ponce, Sherry Prezant, Tad Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Ramon Rivas, Linda Rogers, Julius Rodriguez, Jessica Rom, Eva Rose, Devon Ross, Lois Starr, Daryl Sanchez, Laura Sanders, Victoria Schneider, Judy Schwartz, Norma Slavitt, Jonathan Stern, Dana Sitzkin, Carol Turnbull, Donna Thyman, Gina Thrower, Eleanor Williams, Sue Winton, Monica Wiley, Yaakov Ben Ada, Brandon Yarkin, Megan Young, Rich Sverbrigger, Tammy Ziegelhofer, and on this Veterans Day, those who are recovering physically and mentally from their time in service. And if there's anyone else that you are thinking of this evening who is in need of healing, I'll invite you to bring their name aloud into the space. We think of all of those in our lives who need some healing as we offer Misha Berach Lecholim. Continue now with announcements from Jeff Rudy. Looks like you need them. I will come to you, Jeff. I will come to you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Jeff Rudy, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our Ruach Shabbat service led by Cantor Shafritz and our Ruach Shabbat band. After services, we invite you to join us in the Temple House for Kiddush, Hamotzi, and Oneg. During the Oneg, our gift shop will be open for your Judaish shopping needs. Today's Oneg is sponsored by Rhonda and Robert Hansen in memory of the yahrzeit of Rhonda's mother, Flora Fischoff. Last week, Virginia Beck, in honor of her daughter Heidi Preston's birthday, David Goldberg in memory of his father, Robert, and Megan Hendrickson in memory of her father, Tom Parkins. Tomorrow, our next Shabbat in Nature will take place at 9 a.m. at El Corte de Madera, Open Space Preserve. You can still sign up to join us as we ponder the theme of longevity from Parashat Shai Sarah, amidst the oldest living redwood on the peninsula. On Sunday, join the Nonfiction Book Club at 7 p.m. on Zoom for a discussion on the timely topic, People Love Dead Jews, by Dara Horn. I don't know what that says about us. On Tuesday, the grandparents group will meet on Zoom at 10 a.m. And all are invited to the weekly chat on Zoom at noon. On November 19th at 6 p.m., we hope you'll join us for our interfaith service of unity and gratitude at Temple Emanu-El. Thank you to all those who've contributed to our annual campaign thus far. Your contributions help us bring you great programs, so please consider contributing if you've not done so yet. We are entering the giving season, and though our hearts and minds are now with Israel, if you're also able to help those in need in our community, the Second Harvest Food Bank Dinner Drive is now in progress, and the Embrace the Family Drive will begin this week. Look for QR codes on posters on the Shalom table and online. We hope to see you all in person next Friday at Tot Shabbat at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. for Erev Shabbat service. It will be preceded by a candlelighting vigil at 6:30 as we keep the hostages in Gaza in our prayers. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
I also want to just take another opportunity to thank our wonderful Ruach Shabbat band, as well as Penny Henry, who helped us with our visual tefillah this evening. And I hope I will see some of you at Shabbat in Nature tomorrow. I think that's a place of comfort for a lot of us, is being outside, being with each other, being in nature, and spending Shabbat together in a beautiful, beautiful place. So whether or not you do that with us at Shabbat in Nature, I hope you'll take some time this Shabbat to be somewhere that brings you a little bit of comfort and some Shabbat joy. And with that, I will invite us all to please rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser aretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim hima'al, u'shchinatu zo begovhei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. We take some time this Shabbat to remember those in our lives who are no longer with us physically, but who are very much with us in our hearts. It's our custom here, upon hearing the name of a loved one, to please rise so that we can recognize you in your grief and your remembrance. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days, for Janessa Schwartz, Sally Colby, William Poor, Harriet Reisner. We're in the first year of mourning, Shana, of those murdered by Hamas on October 7th. Evan Aronoff, Sheldon Aronowitz, Mark Atlas, Dr. Mike Kahn, Julian Cannell, Laura Danoff, Lucille Delman, Genevieve Deshotsky, Edith Donath, Mervyn Durlister, Ingrid Eisenstein, Daniel Ellsberg, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Harold Fletcher, Mary Gold, Natalie Goldman, Bobby Gorenberg, Lillian Jade Hannon, Marilyn Handloff, Roosevelt Hoover, Helen Ibsen, Huynh Kim, Shirley Lerner, Owen Lurio, Nancy Markham, Marianne Mates, Maria Josephina McClure, Bishop P.J. McGrath, Joyce Mendel, Carolyn Offenhartz, Janice Palmer, Bradley Parkins, Deanna Marie Pender, Heidi Preston, Perry Perwin, Ruth Rosenberg, Lawrence Ross, Judy Siegel, Joan Singer, Howard Sutkin, Wells Wagner, and Sherman Zell. We are observing the yahrzeit this evening, the anniversary of the passing of Naomi Ashel, Altina Behar, Anna Boxer, Kathleen Isabel Douglas, Sam Farber, Dana Allen Fisher, Louis Fishman, Robert Fishman, Richard Fraser, Matt Gantz, Jenny Dove Goldberg, Robert Goldberg, Ralph Norman Goldine, Abe Goldstein, Max Hafter, Jacqueline Hall, Abraham Hassid, Monia Katz, Cecilia Coves, Anna Lepowski, Frederick E. Lehman, Max Mordechai Levin, Virginia Levine, Ruben Lawan, Norman Lieberman, Lillian Malin, Bina Newman, Thomas Parkins, Rose Richards, Thomas Frank Robinson, Edith Rosenberg, Marvin Rossman, Belle Schnee, Mildred Sigal, Albert Senegaglia, Joseph Sherman, Helen Slater, Solomon Sokol, Lisa Stransky, Kathleen Sullivan, Bella Tresser, Jean Tucker Cannon Davis, Sidney Weissman, William David Winter, Richard Wolfe, and Ruth Warren. We all rise now together as one community as we recite Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. Please be seated. We'll conclude our service this evening first with those same words of peace, those words of Oseh Shalom, that we might all find a bit of that peace, of shalom, of shalem, of wholeness, the Shabbat. And then we'll turn from peace to hope as we join together in Hatikva, in Israel's national anthem. Please rise if you are able. Shabbat Shalom. We'll see you in the temple house for our oneg for a little bit of delight in Shabbat, and we can delight in the yummy nash and in each other. See you in just a few moments. Shabbat Shalom.
What's that buzzing?